I wanna be in the world of Portal 2. Not because I want portals, not because I want a portal gun. I wanna be I wanna be in the world of Portal 2. Not because I want portals, not because I want a portal gun. I wanna be in the world of Portal 2, so that I can come in the gels. Please cave, oh please cave, please make my dream come true. Blue gel, orange gel, even the secret purple gel, full of my blue gel, orange gel, even the white gel, especially the white gel. I'm finally in the world of Portal 2. I'm running past the portals, I'm running past the portal guns. Oh wait, what's this? A voice calls out to me. I'm led into a room, following the voice, singing a tune. And who do I see? Looking back at me, with his PP in hand, and a face filled with glee. Cave is coming.
Me and Cave Johnson are touching together.
Me and Cave Johnson.
Me and Cave Johnson are touching into the gel.
Touching
Cave
the
Johnson
gel.
is so much cooler than I first
Me and
thought.
Cave Johnson.
Me and Cave Johnson are touching together. Me and Cave, touching ourselves until our skin will break. Me and Cave, Cave and me, touching ourselves so that all can see.
The gels were always come. The gels have 100% always been come. Cave is coming. 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 Cave is coming.
Hello! welcome to the first episode of Letting Off Steam in a really long time. Hi, hello, my name is Tyler McVicker, the Passionate Gamer. How are we doing? It's been a little while. I've been busy with real life stuff for a while. I got married. I don't know if any of you have ever gotten married before. I recommend it. It's a stressful lead up, but it's an amazing day. And yeah, I hope y'all are having a good day. I hope y'all are having a good week, a good life. But we're back from the honeymoon, from the wedding, from all that stuff, from planning the wedding. Are we peaking the microphone? Somebody's saying peaks. Am I peaking the microphone? Thank you for doing this at 3:30. Tyler, you look older. I am older. Mentally reconstructing myself after that song. Oh, the I want to be in the world of Portal 2 so that I can come in the gels song. Yeah. Yeah. Never monetize AI content until there is proper legislation put into effect by governing bodies related to the content that the AI models are trained off of. Otherwise, you're a jackass and should not be doing that whatsoever. I like to play around with the AI music tools specifically because I think they're fun and funny. But I would never monetize that shit. I'm a married man. Yes, I am. Hello. I'm married because I can. I was, so just to get this out of the way, I married my wife, my longtime girlfriend of 13 years. Can you speed run the space-time continuum? My melatonin is starting to take effect. I don't know what that means about the space-time continuum. I don't know why you took a melatonin at 3:30 in the afternoon, but thank you. I got married on June 29th. It was an absolutely fantastic ceremony. It, honest to God, went perfectly. Please link the song for real. It's not uploaded anywhere. It's a joke AI song that I don't obviously own because it's AI, and anybody that claims to own an AI creation is a fucking dumbass. It's just copying a bunch of other shit and making a meme. So no, it's not on Spotify or YouTube or anything like that. If you're really nice, I'll send it to you, I guess. Anywho, the ceremony and we got married in the afternoon on June 29th. We had our reception the same day. It went fucking perfectly. There wasn't a single problem at all. Usually when you're planning a wedding, especially an expensive wedding, you expect something to go wrong, and you're definitely like anticipating things to fall apart at some point, whether that be an uninvited guest crashing it and making a big deal. Personally, I was worried about the TF2 shitheads finding out when it was, where it was, and trying to ruin it. There's also a little twinge in the back of my head that there would be a shooting because of some stuff. Some family members recently had falling outs and divorces, worried about them showing up, worried about the kids acting out. Honest to God, it went fucking beautifully. It went so well. The food was fantastic. The drinks were great. All my friends were there. Some people I hadn't seen in a long time. Hit it off. Went great. We were dancing for like 3 hours. I don't drink. I got drunk. It was fun, man. Like, it, honest to God, was like one of the best days of my life, if not the best day of my life up until this point. It went so well. It went so fucking well. The only thing that didn't happen that I wish could have happened was Hugo Martin being able to go. And unfortunately, Hugo wanted to go but couldn't go for professional and personal reasons. Hugo Martin, game director of Doom Eternal, good friend of mine, I sent an invite to his house, and he went, I want to go, but my wife's like, Hugo said, my wife said that if I were to go to your wedding, then we wouldn't, no, because, so he lives in Texas, but he's from New Jersey, and like, he has a lot of family in New Jersey that he doesn't go to things because he has the excuse, like, I can't fly out, but if he flies out to some rando's Ohio wedding, so Hugo couldn't make it, but Hugo sent his love. They even had backup Tyler clones on the dance floor. No, well, I mean, they had my brothers, whom look a lot like me, I have a lot of pictures and videos. We hired a professional photographer. We gave disposable film cameras to a couple people and had people take those pictures. We had some Polaroid cameras going. We had a videographer going. So we have a lot of photos and videos. Do you guys want to see, like, I'm not supposed to show you much of anything until Electra and I do a stream together where we'd like show you all the pictures and videos, and we can't do that until the photographer comes back with all of the photos. We have some of them from the photographer, but like, she took, I think the final count was like 5,000 photos, and so sifting through all those and figuring out the best ones to edit and stuff. I know a lot of you aren't here for wedding related stuff, but I know like 10 of you are, so I will quickly show you there's copywritten music. It went great. It was such a good day. The videographer got drunk by the end of it and did a terrible job by the end. But it went so well. That's my wife. That's my wife, everybody. Can you believe I married her? That's not my wife. That's Rachel. That's my wife's friend. No, my wife is blurry right now. There's my wife. And there's my mom. Dude, I was sweating my ass off. I was sweating my ass off so much. Yeah, they shot the wedding video at 4K 60, which I didn't expect, but when I got the footage back, I was like, holy shit, that's some crispy footage. Yeah, so it was actually Electra's work friend that did the footage. It's a crime you waited 13 years to marry her, but I'm so glad it finally happened. Yeah, we met in middle school. We met in 2011. Well, we met in 2010. We started dating in 2011 at marching band. One of our marching band years. We started really talking on the phone and texting, and we're like together starting in July of 2011. So 13 years. We went steady in October of 2011, and we have been together ever since. We moved out of our parents' house in 2015, and we've been together. We got engaged in 2017 on the day Jungle Inferno came out, and then the wedding was scheduled for June 6th of 2020. We gave ourselves a few years to save for it and get ready for it, but then does anybody remember what happened in 2020? And so that caused it to take so long. Hitch with the $4.99. Would you love a Valve TV console or SteamOS for the living room? Also HLX news. Yes, we will get to the questions. We have emails. Also, we have, if you want to get a question answered as soon as possible, Super Chat is for that. I still have a few more things I'd like to discuss before we really start getting into it, but I will quickly answer your question, knowing I will get back to it when the stream properly starts. Would I love a Valve TV console? Yes, I feel like the technology that currently exists for the Steam Deck works very, very well in a console setting for the majority of use cases. I use the Steam Deck dock all the time. Me and Electra have been playing a lot of Overcooked, All You Can Eat edition, and just running through all of it. That's our favorite game to play together right now, and just we plug it into the TV. We use Xbox controllers, and it works fucking fantastically. The issue is the Steam Deck, isn't very good at non-720p resolutions, and so having a dedicated box that sits on a stand, like a TV stand that is the technology of the Steam Deck, a better APU, because you don't have to worry about power draw as much. Yeah, that'd be great. I would absolutely adore that. That would be a day one purchase from me. These last few years have been very transformative for the Valve hardware team, in my eyes. I don't know if you remember, but I would say that I wasn't confident in the Steam Deck upon announcement. I canceled my pre-order because I was of the belief that Valve would not stick with it because of their 20-year history of not sticking with things. I'm very glad to say that I was incredibly wrong on that, and the Steam Deck is my favorite thing that Valve has done since Portal. I love Half-Life Alyx, but the Steam Deck, it's fucking I use my Steam Deck every day. Almost every day. I love that. I love my Steam Deck. So being able to see the Steam Deck technology in a console or in a standalone VR headset, or hell, in a all-in-one gaming computer type deal, where it's just like a tower and you plug a keyboard and monitor into it, and it's like an entry-level computer for people that want to get into PC gaming but don't know how to build or don't know anything about it. Honest to God, I feel like the people behind the Steam Deck, the team behind that technology, whether that be the software side with SteamOS and Proton, or the hardware side with the purpose-built APUs from AMD and their hardware configurations and their specialty made and their off-the-shelf components that are in a I love it. I just love it. Hasn't Valve already attempted a home console before and it failed miserably? Yes and no. They did try the Steam Box over a decade ago, and the thing about that was Valve didn't really make their own. They did, but it was just for OEMs to base their designs off of, and then also a few select people got official Valve ones. But it wasn't like how the Steam Deck is, where you can go on Steam and just buy it, and it's Valve's. The original idea was you just buy one from a bunch of different companies, and they wanted to OEM out that design, right? And so because of that, it failed for because there was no like unified design. It was overpriced. The software wasn't there yet. Proton wasn't there yet. In a large part, you can thank Joshi and their work on DXVK and Proton for a lot of the value generation in the SteamOS sector right now. Bringa Studios has one. Yes, Bringa Studios does have one. But like, you know, this is my OLED. I have two Steam Decks. I have an LCD and an OLED. And I'm probably going to give the LCD to my brother eventually, but this is my OLED Steam Deck with a aftermarket backplate from JSOX with an extra fan port and then a better cooling solution here. And then I also put that aftermarket thermal pad instead of the thermal, in lieu of the thermal paste, in here, which really helps with heat conductivity and like dispersal and stuff. There's an excellent video by the guy who made cryo tools about this kind of stuff. So, and then I have it like these buttons are like raised up now. But lately, I don't know if it has a charge. Lately, I've been playing Yakuza's Like a Dragon again. But I have like the cryo tools enhancements on here. I also have some of what's it called? Smokeless. The overclocking software. It's an overclock undervolt on here, so I try and get the absolute most performance out of this as I can. Bringa Studios collab. I don't know what we would do, but he and I are chummy. Also, just a word of warning. I'm still a little sick. Oh, I got COVID from my honeymoon. And although I'm feeling a hell of a lot better, my throat and my voice hurt so bad. This morning I woke up and I went to Dunkin' Donuts to get a coffee, and I was at the drive-thru, and I hadn't, you know how like sometimes you just don't speak for a while when you first wake up, and then you're like, oh, that was the first time I spoke for today. First words I said out loud today were to the lady at the drive-thru at Dunkin' Donuts, and it like hurt. It hurt so bad. So I have cough drops on my desk. We haven't done letting off steam in months. I don't actually know the last time we did it. Does anybody here remember the last time we did it? You guys, it's been a while, and I need to be back to work for real. You know, the last 2.5 months have been spent on life stuff because of the wedding and the honeymoon and all that. But yeah, so I went to I went on a cruise for my honeymoon, and I had never been on a cruise before. I actually hadn't gone on any kind of vacation or trip since I went to Valve. We're not very like wealthy people, and most of the money that I make on this channel goes back into the channel in one way or another. That's changing because I want a family. I want to start a family, and so the money that I make on this channel needs to go into savings so that I can afford to get a house one day and have children. But yeah, I went after the wedding. We went to this little bed and breakfast for a couple of days, and then we came home for like a week. And that week, we spent on ourselves. We just chilled because we were like finally like we got our lives back. And so honest to God, all I was doing was working on Coldplay edits all week. I was working on remastering a song called Life is Beautiful by using like AI stem separation and equalization matching to official stems of a similar song, and trying to extract like crowd noises without losing too much of the vocal harmonies. And that's what I did. That was my relaxation week. But then the Coldplay group that I'm a part of got DMCA takedown by UMG, unfortunately, so that group died. So what are you gonna do? And then we went on the cruise, You know, on the 12th, we drove 8 hours to New Jersey, to Port Liberty, New Jersey. Got on the Symphony of the Seas, Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. And that was a week-long cruise to the perfect day in Coco Cay, the Bahamas. And it was fucking amazing. It was so much fun. Electra had been on a cruise once before with her family. I had never been on a cruise ship before. It was so much fun. We ate so much money. We ate so much money. We ate so much food. It was expensive. A lot of our wedding money that we got from the wedding went to the cruise. And then I get home and there's like a $650 charge on my card for like extra gratuities and shit. But it was fun. I'm not going to get all pissy about it. Anywho, we had a great time. And when we got home, we got COVID from the ship. A few things I learned about society being on a cruise ship. People are horny. People are horny. Let me tell you. Do you know what the upside down pineapple means? Do you know about this? This upside down pineapple club? Do you know about sharing is caring? Let me tell you. Electra explained to me what the upside down pineapple club was. And so we played this game where we would walk through the hallways of the rooms and see how many upside down pineapples there were. And, like nearly over 100 upside down pineapples. Upside down pineapple means if there's an upside down pineapple sticker on the door, the people in those rooms are swingers and you should knock because they'll probably fuck you. Which is wild. Fucking insane. Wild. And it's like, you know, Electra kept making the jokes like, no thanks. But we got a noise complaint. This is the last thing I'll talk about, and then we'll move on with the show. But we got a noise complaint, Electra and I, which was annoying because it's a cruise ship and people be swinging and going nuts. But it was our honeymoon. And we got a noise complaint. Fucking... What the fuck? Like, are you fucking serious, dude? Really? It pissed us both off because it was like the worst possible time for that to happen. No, me and Lynn, a viewer turned friend, have a joke going on where we... Lynn... This is true. Lint will text me every time that he splooges. I'm 27. Lint's like 38. Lint will Discord message me every time he splooges. And splooging, by the way, is not just, you know, it's specifically when he's with his wife, right? And so all week, I kept getting messages from Lynn asking for a splooge count. Give me that honeymoon splooge count. And I'm like, Lynn, we just got a noise complaint, and he got pissed for me. Yeah, so how about that? Anywho, that's going into oversharing territory, my man. Yell at Lint, man. Anyway, I had a great honeymoon. I had a great wedding. Is it frequent? Does Lint get to splooge frequently? Lint has 2 children. No, he does not. Lint was very proud of the fact that on Father's Day he got to splooge twice. It's a true story. True story. Can a person still be considered a gooner if they're just with, like, if I'm just with my wife? Like, is that still gooning? And what what are the circumstances for which behavior to be considered gooning? What are the rules for behavior to be considered gooning? What's the rules here? I think there's a pretty significant delay. Gooning's a single player game? Oh, okay. So then no, I'm not a gooner. Gooning is single player only. Gooning is not a single player? Okay, so what you're telling me is there is no agreement on what gooning really is. Late stage gooning, Ask Moist Critical. Boy, bro, the brain rot is so bad on this stream. If you think the brain rot is bad on this stream... What? Are you sure? It used to be bad, but it's gotten even worse. Okay. So, we're gonna get started. So for the rules for this stream, you know how it goes, you know how it is. What we're going to be doing is taking questions from the community about anything. I, of course, can say no to answering a question. If you want to send a question, it can be sent to tylernewsnetwork@gmail.com. I cannot guarantee that we will be getting to all of the questions sent. So if you have a pressing question that you would like to have answered now, as soon as possible, send the question in a super chat, and I will send it over. I will answer it as best I can. So once again, it's tylernewsnetwork@gmail.com. If you want to send some emails, some questions through email, feel free. Love you guys. I hope you guys are having a good day, a good life, a good year. And we're going to start with the first email I got, which is right when it got announced. How am I feeling today? A little sick, but better than before. Still got COVID. Okay, letting off steam questions. This is from Art. What up, Art? What is your favorite part of the honeymoon? Congrats, can't wait to see more videos. My favorite part of the honeymoon would have been... going to like shows and shit. Like, I didn't realize how many like shows and things to do on a cruise ship there were, but we saw like ice skating and stand-up comedy and some like musicals and game shows. There was like, we watched like we did like 2 or 3 things a day, and we were there for 7 days. I think just like being able to go out and just do things every night on the boat, probably my favorite part. Thank you. Next question. This is from Wolf Clock. This is the Mountain Dew expert. How you doing, Wolf? Hello, Tyler. I had some thoughts about HLX, and I just wanted to relay them to you to see what you think. Okay. So this is you're sending me a meme. You're sending me a meme. Okay, so Opposing Force introduced the Gnome, a glorified reskin of the bull squid that took the form of an advanced stage headcrab zombie. Half-Life 2 tinkered with another headcrab zombie infected, a Combine-owned alien species by the name of the Zombie Assassin. Although we don't know what this creature would have behaved like, we know that it was an absolute towering beast. Then, in Half-Life Alyx, while in the zoo section of the game, Alex and Russell question what it would be like if a head crab were to latch onto a silverback gorilla. My question is this. Don't you think it would be cool if there was some manner of gorilla-like creature in a Half-Life game which was in some way related to Zen? Or as one might refer to it, being a Zen gorilla, if you will. I just wanted to bring that question up and your thoughts on it. All the best, Wolf Clock. P.S. Have you heard of the Mod Portal collab? I heard the 2023 edition of it just released on ModDB a few days ago. Yeah, I watched your video of it. Okay, Zen Gorilla. I don't know if that's like a you know, Sugma dick or whatever thing, but A Half-Life gorilla enemy. I don't know why you gave the history lesson on like other enemy types. A Zen gorilla. Yeah, I mean, like, let's think about this for a second. In Return to Ravenholm, there were ape-related, like gorilla and ape-related, zombie-infected enemy types that you had to fight. However, I don't know if that would be considered a Zen creature. I don't know. Like, in my head, the enemy types in Half-Life are either humanoid or very alien, right? And we haven't seen a new, like, truly new enemy type in Half-Life since Episode 2 with the Hunter. Because in Half-Life Alyx, all of the enemy types are either just variations of the Combine or classic returning enemy types. Head crabs, antlions. Oh, I guess the Reviver was new. The armored head crab is an alternate version. I think you could consider the Reviver new. But and Jeff. But I would consider the Reviver to be the low point of Half-Life Alyx. But a big-ass, like... So the reference here is there's that section in the zoo. It's like a secret side area that if you walk over to it, there's a conversation between Russell and Alex about what would a zombie Zen-infected head crab zombie gorilla, the size of a silverback gorilla. And assuming that the silverback gorilla statue in the game is the size of the enemy that you would be facing, it would more than likely be a boss monster. And the way that Half-Life is designed is it's always function over form. So you would have to think, okay, Valve is trying to solve a specific combat problem utilizing a big, like, burly, like, behemoth of a creature. What would that... What is the solution? What is the problem that the gorilla is the solution to? Silverback gorilla, they're very fast moving for their size. I can't imagine it being a VR enemy because it would be incredibly overwhelming unless it's like a pushover. Just there for like bullet spongy shock value. It would be like I guess it would be kind of like a tank from Left 4 Dead, right? I'm putting way too much thought into what is, I think, a meme from Wolf Clock. But, like, it would be like a tank battle, a single-player tank battle. But a tank is literally there to, like, disrupt the group and act as a bullet sponge to disrupt the group and take attention away. It would have to be more complicated than that. But it wouldn't be something as in-depth as Jeff where the entire chapter is about defeating it. And so that'd be like Gonarch's Lair, Jeff. I'm putting a lot of thought into this, but I would assume that they're extinct. I would assume that the Combine would have killed all of those animals. Because, like, all animals are dead, right? In Combine-occupied Earth, there are still, like, birds, like crows and stuff. Those are still around. But there aren't fish. Cats are still around. I don't know. Crazy question that I put way too much thought into. All right, this one's from Michael. Is is HLX a continuation of the story of Half-Life Alyx? If it is, would it kind of be like Half-Life 3? Congratulations on your marriage, by the way. Thank you very much. Okay, so we need to back up here and explain some stuff to the audience. For those that are unaware, HLX, Hello. HLX is a in-development game at Valve Software in the Half-Life franchise that has been in development since at least 2021. But I will say that the bulk of this development has been like a pre-pro thing. Like it wasn't in like hardcore development where the majority, like a large team, was working on it for a long time. After Half-Life Alyx shipped, there was a large momentum going into a second game. Like, okay, well, we were able to do this. Let's keep the ball rolling. We're out of the wilderness. Let's do more. And you'll notice that now that we know what Citadel Neon Prime is, it's Deadlock. The development team of Deadlock definitely does not cover the entire development team of Half-Life Alyx. So there are obviously still people behind the scenes working on stuff. Hitch with the $1.99. Is the Half-Life 2 remastered from the Half-Life update guys still on? As far as I understand it, yes. However, calling it still on is under the assumption that it's still under like proper, like full-time development, which it's not. Last time that I had a conversation with Philip, the Half-Life update guy, about the remastered collection was 2022, and the big holdup was the backporting of countercyclical offensive lighting systems into single-player source engine branch to allow for the remastered collection to take advantage of the top-of-the-line source engine lighting. That was years ago. And there have been no updates on whether or not that has been completed or whether or not that's even still in the cards. There have been some movements caught by SteamDB on the Half-Life 2 Remastered Collection app ID to show that there is some development going on. However, it's not like it's a full team working on it full time. It never was that. And it's also not something that's really the main focus of anybody, as far as I understand it. If I'm wrong, someone in development, feel free to get into contact with me to correct the record. But based on the conversations that I had with people associated with the project back when we were first talking about the project 3 years ago, it would have been out by now if things had gone according to plan. And now that we have stuff like Half-Life 2 RTX in development, the place for something like the Half-Life 2 Remastered Collection is still valid, but not as valuable to the greater community. That said, there's a lot that had been done when I had last discussed the project with the team behind it. And when I say the team, I was pretty much only talking to the lead on the project, Philip. Every time we have these conversations, I try and get into contact with the guy. There has been no communication from that side in years. So I wouldn't hold your breath on it ever actually coming out. It could just be another one of those vaporware kind of Half-Life community projects that come and go over the years. Half-Life 2 RTX is still very much a thing that you should be paying attention to, even if you don't have an RTX graphics card, as the assets by themselves that are being developed can very easily be ported into the games without needing the RTX remix. And also, didn't the basic like structure of the model replacement runtime stuff also get ported to AMD cards in the first place? I don't know. But I will say that you know, like, everybody wants... I get questions about the Half-Life 2 Remastered project all the time. Half-Life 2 Remastered Collection, and I'd love to see it, mostly because it would act as a map-based level compatibility hub for workshop distribution of maps and mods. So like a Steam-centric hub for Source Engine custom maps and custom mods and stuff like that. That was the goal. Excuse me. But I would love to be able to... I'd love to be able to see that release. That was always the thing I wanted to see. But it's not... I have no information past what I had heard in 2022 and a few little whispers going on that, like, nothing has really been done. It's not really, like, a focus. £2 sterling from Elliot Haslow. Do you know anything about Project Borealis? I do, but I have to be very careful about what I say here, because the last time I blabbed about PB, some people got mad at me, people that I care about. So I will preface this by saying an individual whom works on Project Borealis, Mastercoms, is a very good friend of mine. Mastercoms is a wizard. She's a genius. And she is also the person behind Team Comptress 2 and the Mastercom Fig and the revitalization and archival of HUDs.tf and hitsounds.tf, and also built their own quick play back when it didn't seem like Valve was willing to fix anything. They're also a programmer on Project Borealis, and we've also had conversations about stuff related to Project Borealis over the years. What I will say is Project Borealis is just one of those projects that could take it's like a Black Mesa thing where it's such a large undertaking that like I could have grandkids by the time that shit's out. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not something that as a community we should expect to be released as a full playable game anytime soon. At all. At all. Period. Right? I believe in Mastercoms. I don't know many of the other people on the team. I haven't had a conversation with many of the other people on the team. So I can't really speak to the quality of management or the team chemistry or adhesiveness between members. All I can say is Mastercoms is an absolute genius, and the few things that I have seen that had Mastercoms fingerprints on it were fantastic. But for those that are unaware, Project Borealis is a Half-Life 3 of sorts, running in Unreal Engine 4. That was one of the projects that was meant to take Epistle 3 and turn it into a whole game. But it's been in development for 6 years at this point, and there is no end in sight. At all. At all. So, I've said things in the past that was too much to say, and I think I got some people in trouble. So I'm gonna end it there. To summarize, yes, it's still in development. Yes, very talented people are still very much working on it. No, I don't think you're gonna see it for years as like an actual playable piece of content. Years. And it's already been in development for 6 years. So, yeah. Marat with 6 something. I don't recognize that currency. What kind of currency is that? Oh. Okay. 124. Thank you so much. Yeah, we don't count to 3 on this channel. That's not a real number. Okay. Anywho, did I talk about HLX? I started to. But then super chat questions supersede email questions, and so I was in the middle of an HLX question when a question about HL2 Remastered update came on. So remember, if you want to have a question answered ASAP, as soon as possible, send it in a super chat. I will get to it immediately. What I was talking about HLX is there is another Half-Life game or a single-player game in development at Valve right now. It is codenamed HLX. We know a lot, and I mean a lot, about the technical aspects of the game in the background. We know zip. We know absolutely nothing about the theme or the story. There was a period of time before Half-Life Alyx came out where I had received a leak about a possible story treatment for a game that wasn't Half-Life Alyx that did involve Barney working undercover with the Combine. Again, no one knows. There was also another verified leak related to a cooperative game where you played as both Alex and Gordon, with one player in VR, the other player on the PC. That idea was still kind of being tossed around a little bit. What are you going to do? However, that was 4 or 5 years ago, so exactly where they're at now with a game like this, it's hard to say. What I will say is, whatever project HLX has been in development for so long that I would not be surprised if we hear about it sometime in 2025. I think that's very reasonable. So it's tough for me to be able to say just how far along, like how active it's in development right now, because the calendar year of 2024 has been more focused on getting married and getting my life together as an adult, and not so much about data mining. I need to get back into that, especially with a new, very actively in development Source 2 project, Deadlock, that I can pull strings from. Gabe Follower is in the chat. I saw Gabe Follower earlier, and Gabe Follower has been doing an absolutely fantastic job picking up the slack where I have been lacking. Everybody should go subscribe to Gabe Follower. That dude is the king of this game right now. And if you want to especially keep up with the mess that is Counter-Strike 2, I highly, highly recommend checking out our good friend Maxim over at the Gabe Follower YouTube channel. Gabe Follower, if you could say something in chat so that people can find, just kind of like click on your name real quick and subscribe over to you. But yeah, Gabe Follower and I talk about this stuff all the time. And yes, whatever HLX is still very obviously in development. It's just the problem is we can have a pretty good understanding of technically what this game can be. We know nothing about what the story is at all. And to be honest, the way that these kinds of games are written thematically, even if I were to know some kind of story treatment right now or last year, it wouldn't at all be what the game is on launch. Like, even when I first learned about Half-Life Alyx being a game that you played as Alex Vance, the story of that game at that time was entirely different to the story of the game that we got on launch. Trying to predict a Valve story is a fool's errand. It is not worth doing because A, you can spoil yourself like I did, and B, it'll change. So, like, you'll just make yourself look like an asshole by... If I were to have come out in 2018 and be like, yes, okay, so you're playing as Alex trying to rescue Eli from a Combine sympathizer, Dr. Breen-esque character named Han, whom has effectively brainwashed Eli into being the scapegoat for the Residence Cascade in the public eye, and then also used as, like, a whipping boy for all of the Combine's problems and a PR tool for that. And so you have to, like, that whole thing, like, didn't happen, not in the game. So, you know, there's that. Another thing. HLX is not Valve's only in development project right now that could be considered single player. But the thing about Valve in dev projects is, you could always say that, like, there are 3 or 4 of them in dev at any given time. HLX is one of those kind of games that you would consider in development. You have a full team behind it. You have an idea and a plan. Whereas something like the Bendy game or the Man game or other code names like that, those could literally just be prototypes or test beds in the same way that, like, Citadel in 2018 was a prototype or test bed. So what are you going to do? That's the question. That's the answer. Love you. I hope that answers your question. If you want to try and extrapolate more information about HLX from my brain, try and ask more specific questions, okay? Asking the kind of question of just like, HLX, what's up with it? That's the answer I can give you. Next question. Sponsorship offer from Monopoly Go. More like go away. Letting off Steam questions. Okay. This one is from Desmond the Moon Bear. Hey, I tuned into every letting off Steam stream these last few months. I haven't had one for a while. They've been my favorite of yours for a while. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. I just had a couple of quick questions about HLA, HLX. Oh, there's specific questions. Good. Thank you. 1. The modding scene of Alex over the last few months has seen a few small bumps of activity. Is there anything that's come out over the last few months that you've really enjoyed or kept an eye on? I haven't played VR since March. My Quest 3 is sitting over there. I love that thing to death. I don't have the time. I haven't had the time in the lead up to my wedding. That's good. This is going to be a pattern that you're going to hear from me a lot today. Much of gaming that has happened in the calendar year 2024, I have not been able to properly experience because much of my calendar year of 2024 has been grinding for money to pay for the wedding, planning the wedding, and also, you know, having a wedding. So, apologies. I have not been paying attention to the Half-Life Alyx modding scene as of late. The only modding scene that I'm actively paying attention to is Cyberpunk 2077, and that's just because it's an active video that I'm working on right now. But I will quickly take a look at the Half-Life Alyx workshop. Have I played Abiotic Factory? Yes. All right, $2 from Elliot, or £2 from Elliot. What does Valve want to teach? What does Valve want to tech innovate in with HLX? Okay, you're asking what tech is Valve trying to innovate with HLX. 2 things. Cooperative play. There's a lot of evidence of that. So like asymmetric multiplayer cooperative stuff. There's that. Melee combat in VR. There's that. And actually trying to create procedurally generated content, small sections of procedurally generated content interspersed in a handcrafted world that can be used as storytelling moments outside of the Golden Path. Because it seems like HLX is going to try and utilize some of the questing stuff of Half-Life 3. All of that kind of stuff is just through string leaks. Also vehicles. Expanded like vehicle stuff. Like what can you do in Half-Life? What can you do to expand driving a car using a gun at the same time in a Half-Life game? And whether or not that's in VR, we don't know. Like Bethesda? No, not like Bethesda at all. $20! $20 from Star Wars Connoisseur. Star Wars Connoisseur. You know what I found at Five Below for $1 in the clearance section for $1? I haven't seen this film. I know all about it, you know. I don't think it's even that good of a film, but I found it for $1. This was $1 at Five Below. Oh, I also found this at a thrift store for $1.50. True story. Buy physical media so that you actually own your shit and learn how to rip physical media to back it up. Learn how to operate a Plex server. Pay $5 a month for a Plex server. Learn how to rip your physical media and archive it so that you can experience your own fucking streaming platform without needing to rely on... Learn how to use it. Thanks. I'm sorry that the Star Wars Ubisoft game is a Ubisoft game with a Star Wars skin on it. The last good Ubisoft game, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. But to get to your question... any thoughts on Fallout London? I have heard it's great. Things going to play it this weekend. So, also $7.99 A. Do you think Valve will ever do anything with Day of Defeat? Sorry to answer your question in a really roundabout and quick way. No. I appreciate the donation. I appreciate that you're supporting the channel. I wish I could give you a better, more in-depth answer. No. I do not think they will be touching that for a very long time, if at all. But to get back to the Fallout London question, I played like an hour of Fallout London a couple of days ago and was very, very impressed with specifically the theming and art. Turning something very familiar into a different reality almost. Like creating Fallout, but trying to take all of the different things about Fallout and theory craft. Okay, but how would these things have evolved in Europe, in England, in that culture? What would that have turned into? I gotta say, the art is amazing. The voice acting is very good. And I have already found Churchill and it was immediately sold on the game. It's free. It's amazing. Like, I've only played through maybe 2 quests. I played this one quest about trying to settle a labor dispute about, you know, this dog food factory trying to unionize and stuff. And like the different angle, like it had actual choice and nuance to it. Like I was able to convince the owner to hire the guy who's been trying to get people to start the union to then make him not want to start. Just, I don't know. What I've played of Fallout London makes me think that the people who made it really know what they're doing and did a good job. And yes, there's a lot of technical issues, but to be honest, Bethesda was being fucking shitty by not lending any help whatsoever to this team and then releasing a next-gen patch like the weekends they were publicly planning on releasing it, which feels like something that was done on purpose, but who knows? There are a few things that you can do to make it run a bit better, but I'm getting a lot of donations, and I go and I do them in order. If I'm doing a super chat now, you have to wait for the next super chat to come out. I saw somebody say it's pathetic how you react to donations. Thank you so much that you're giving me money. It's fucking insane that I'm sitting in my office and people just give me money to hear me speak. I am so lucky to have this job. Thank you so much for letting me have this job. And I hope that now that the wedding's over, I can prove to you that I at least slightly deserve this job. But yeah, Fallout London, from what I've seen so far, looks brilliant. I want to experience it on stream. I'm currently planning out a series of streams. I don't have a title for them, but it's randomized roleplay, where it's like modded open-ended RPGs where you can roleplay a character, and I play that character on stream talking in a voice, and I put on a costume, and like the whole thing is I'm that person. And so like the games that would be on that list are like Baldur's Gate 3, the Baldur's Gate series, all 3 of them, Planescape Torment, Daggerfall, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, Enderall, Fallout 1, 2, Tale of Two Wastelands, 4, Fallout London. And so we would have like an actual game show wheel, and we'd spin it, and whichever game it lands on, that's the game we're playing for the week. And you know, we have like characters that stick through. Yeah, Fallout London will be streamed. So there's that. It looks fantastic. If you haven't played Fallout London, there's a few mods that you need to install for it to be stable. Buff out for the high FPS physics fix, and then a few back-end configuration changes, and then it'll run very stable. Okay. And then Sam Robinson, do you think Valve will ever do anything with Day of Defeat? I've already answered your question. Thank you so much for the $7.99 I don't know what A dollars are. Is that Australian dollars? A to USD. Is that Australian? Yeah. Thank you for the $8 Australian. Thank you so much. I hope to be able to go to Australia one day. 10 US dollars. Any news on Valve hardware efforts, Steam controller console, and has Deadlock been delayed? Has Deadlock been delayed? Maybe internally, yeah. But there has been no like conversation on the internal channels that I get to be a part of because I'm in the Deadlock thing. Nothing about a release of any kind. And I really can't talk too much about specifics because if I do, I'll get kicked out of the playtest. And I do try and play Deadlock at least once a week, and I do really, really like it. I think a lot of the hate that it gets just comes down to the fact that it's not Counter-Strike or Team Fortress or whatever. But I really like it. But any news on Valve hardware efforts? There's that third-party Hori-based Steam-compatible controller, which is just a reskin of one of Hori's normal controllers that I don't really care too much about. There's always efforts to be able to push new Valve hardware, but right now it seems as if Valve's not trying to oversaturate their own market, and they do seem to be wanting to take like a late 90s, early 2000s Steve Jobs just returned to Apple approach to their hardware selection, where they don't want to overdo it and they just have like a few very strong products that they base their whole line on. But a new controller is still very much the next thing. The console, no. Steam Deck 2, no. The next thing will definitely be like a Valve-made controller that takes the best of the deck and turns it into a thing to use on the television screen. HLX post-Alex or post-Episode 2 ending change? Okay, spoilers for Half-Life Alyx. If you've still not been spoiled on Half-Life Alyx's story somehow after 4 years, here's your warning. I will do jazz hands when I'm done talking about spoilers so that you can unmute me, but feel free to mute me now. So the end of Half-Life Alyx, in my opinion, seems to be opening up a alternate timeline where the Alyx that exists in the games that we know of from Half-Life 2 doesn't exist anymore. That Alyx in the games and the Alyx that we played in Half-Life Alyx are two different Alyxes. And the modern Half-Life Alyx was the one that kept Episode 2's ending from happening. But then the G-Man takes the old Alyx that we know and like either melds them into one entity or kills off one of them. So effectively combining both of those realities in a way that can't really be solved in any legitimate or meaningful way, because now we only have one Alyx for these two universes. Because obviously with the Episode 2 ending being changed, don't happen in the same order that they would have happened before. Like, it's so obvious now that you look back on it that the order in which things happened in Half-Life Alyx would not have led to Half-Life 2. It's a different reality. So it's a merge. So it takes place after both. I have been of the mindset that they're effectively creating two parallel series where the spin-offs and VR stuff take place in the Alyx universe, while the mainline, like Half-Life 3 type things, would be Gordon. You play as Gordon. It's the mainline universe that you know and love. Because now it's, okay, Alyx is working for the G-Man. The G-Man has a job for Alyx. And Eli and Gordon are trying to find and kill the G-Man to rescue Alyx. So obviously the G-Man's going to be sending Alyx to something unrecognizable in the same way that at the end of Half-Life 1, he sends Gordon to something completely unrecognizable, Combine occupied Earth. So it would be like Alyx is sent to the Half-Life 3 universe. Gordon is still in the Half-Life 2 universe trying to get to the Half-Life 3 universe. So it's both. To answer your question, it's both. And then $5 Australian from CW3D, a very good voice actor, I might add. Hey Tyler, just curious if you've seen Half-Life 2 mod project Half-Life Interlude on ModDB. It's an episode 3 mod. It looks promising. Again, I've not really been keeping up with much of anything because of my wedding, but I will take a look at this now. Half-Life Interlude. Oh, I think I might have seen this. That is a naked woman's back with a valve photoshopped on it. What the fuck? Yeah, it's snowy. It's Arctic Half-Life. I would play it, but, you know, will it ever actually launch is the question. It's got a TBD. They're working on a demo. Yeah, it looks pretty good, you know. But again, like, this kind of stuff can be in development for 20 years and still not see the light of day. So my rule, and it's been a rule for a while, is I don't make videos or anything like that. Oh, jazz hands. My rule is that I don't make content on mod content, community content that I can't play myself. So, but Tyler will never read this. How do you know? Didn't he just get Alex from episode 2's ending, erase the memories from Alex in the vault and put her back? No, she's gone. Son of a bitch and his unforeseen consequences. I knew it. No. I was muted. I'm back. Hello. No, I'm just taking a look at what's on the workshop. There's some good stuff. Definitely some good stuff here that I've not played yet. But, it's definitely slow. I've played you... Okay, so it's slow. It didn't pop off in the same way that, like, Half-Life 2's modding scene has existed for years, you know? And it's just because it's VR. Not a lot of people actually have access to that hardware. And there's not a lot of reason to stick with the hardware unless you're like a true enthusiast. So, is there anything? No, not really. Half-Life Alex has been stripped back. Half-Life Alex having stripped back modding tools. But do you think another Half-Life game or even Deadlock will give us better tools to work with, even if it's not a full SDK? Well, Deadlock will more than likely have more tools to work with in the same way that CS2 does. It's really cool. In the closed beta community, there's already a modding group whom are figuring out how to create custom game modes and custom heroes and custom maps. And I've seen the Scout was the first custom hero I saw playable, which was cool. This TF2 Scout. $10 from Valheim Tutor. Two things, please. Number one, Deadlock 2025 release date potentially. Absolutely. We're looking at a closed beta, closed alpha for a while. It's getting very good polish lately, and then an open, more announced beta, and then a release. And I could see that release being in 2025, absolutely. Question 2. What we've seen recently in TF2, new VScript capabilities, bots being banned, etc. Do you think a major update is in the cards? I think it is more so in the cards than it ever has been before. I could absolutely see, and please, for the love of God, don't take this as a confirmation or me hearing something. This is me just talking. I can see a major like a Jungle Inferno style level content update being put out to coincide with comic issue 7 and some security fixes that are actually announced and talked about. However, if that were to happen, I could see it being like a publicly announced, this is the last one of these. it definitely seems like Valve is acutely aware of how much, I'm going to say passion is behind the community, is behind the love of this game. You know what I mean? I absolutely can see that happening. I just think that it won't be enough. Obviously, like everybody will be pissed no matter what it is. And I can absolutely see it being like, okay, we did it. We're gonna just stick with the bi-yearly seasonal stuff. But again, that's just me talking out my ass, really. There's no real like information behind it. What I will say, well, actually, probably shouldn't. How do I put this? I'm gonna try and say something without saying it. There was some inklings of interest to do something like that a few months ago. There were some embers starting to burn on that front. And that's all I'm going to say for now. TF2 is in a much better spot than it's ever been, or at least that it's been in the last 10 years. Or how long has it been since Jungle Inferno? Since 2018. It's in the best spot it's been since 2018. And it's gotten to the, it's interesting because it's gotten to the point where there are quite a few people at Valve nowadays whom were teenagers or young adults when Jungle Inferno came out and have very, very good like nostalgia memories of TF2 and would like to work on that franchise now. Enough time has passed where that game is seen as like this retro throwback to the good times kind of thing that people have a lot of good vibes towards and stuff. So if it were to happen, it would be an entirely new team of people, probably headed by Eric. And yeah, I mean, it's interesting because Valve of today is very strange. A lot of the problem people are gone. In fact, I'd say all of them are, actually. And so the culture there nowadays is very much younger blood with just like 3 or 4 old timers that are actually cool people. And so you have the old timers leading teams, Ice Frog on Deadlock, Robin on the single player stuff, you know, Dave Riller doing his stuff, you know. I might make a video because now I'm thinking about it. TF2's in a good place. Yeah. The back end stuff has been, I gotta talk in code, you know. Problem people, longtime employees that are incredibly toxic to the work environment, they're gone. Dario Casali is gone. He was not a problem person, no. But Dario had been at Valve for 25 years, you know. Ido's still the head of the CS team, that's true. CS2, yeah, it just seems like right now Valve is in this weird place where their big properties are not doing too hot. Counter-Strike is in the worst place it's been in years. Dota is slowly turning into this weird other thing. Like the PGL is now taking more and more over on TI, and the last major Dota 2 update had less to do with Dota 2 and more to do with minigames. Which is cool, but at the same time, it very much feels like they had a direct design experiment and they wanted to just release that stuff somehow. full-fledged fighting game, though. What the fuck? So there's that. And then you got, like, TF2 still chugging along. Not making obscene money, but making money. Still very much being a cultural touchstone in modern day. You know, TF2 is more important from a cultural perspective than a gameplay perspective. It's still a great game, but, like, culturally, the characters are way more important than the gameplay. And that recognizability, that strength of franchise, strength of IP is insanely valuable nowadays. Yeah. CS2 and Dota 2 are entering into their late life era. And Counter-Strike, Dota 2, like, yeah, that makes sense. Dota 2 has been around for age, like, just longer than... Dota 2 is older now than TF2 was when Jungle Inferno came out. It's at the end of its life. CS2 is not supposed to be at the end of its life. It's supposed to be at the beginning of its life. But they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Honest to God, I don't think they know what they're doing. I don't think they're capable of competing in the space that they should be competing in for it to work. You're looking at a few years before CS2 is even at the place that CSGO was at when CS2 came out. I don't know what, but then you got Deadlock, which is... I can't talk too much about it or I'll get kicked out of the playtest, but Deadlock is great. It's very good. You know, I can't talk about specifics, but I can tell you that I don't like MOBAs. I really like Deadlock. Like, a lot. I hate MOBAs. I really like Deadlock. And I'm excited to see where Valve takes it. And there's a lot of work being put into it right now. Because it's crazy. Like, CS2 is operating so slow. But Deadlock is getting these big game-changing updates like every 2 weeks. Like, every 2 weeks, you get an announcement on the Discord server from Yoshi saying, like, here are the patch notes, and they're, like, this long. 55 try. I got 55 try dollars. I don't know what that is. What's a try dollar? Turkish lira. It's about $1.66 US. Thank you so much, DK. Is there any information about other Valve games having anniversary updates, such as Half-Life 2? Yeah, there's news that Half-Life 2 might have an anniversary thing, but we heard that a year ago. Will it happen? Completely up to the people at Valve if they have the time and the energy to put into it. The Half-Life 1 anniversary update, 25th anniversary, that update was done in like a week, or like 2 weeks, and like, you know, it really depends. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for the... Oh, £5 sterling. $5 from Dr. Taint.
Hey Tyler, please pause what you're doing and tell me what is going on right now.
Okay, well, Dr. Taint had donated on the Twitch stream thing. Please pause and tell me exactly what you're doing right now. Okay, I am sitting at my computer, my work computer, looking at my computer, looking at a YouTube live chat, an email inbox, my Steam library, OBS. I have this desk toy that I keep playing with that I got from a sponsor. I am drinking Liquid Death Slaughterberry tea. And I'm doing an episode of Letting Off Steam. I also found this at a thrift store, brand new, for $5. It's the Nike Apple iPod pedometer thing. From like 2004. Brand new. Look at that. Thanks for the 5, man. Completely off topic. Could a Half-Life Switch collection come with the 20th anniversary? It could. It won't. I don't think that's coming anymore. I think we're kind of waiting for I feel like we're kind of just waiting for the Switch 2 at this point because of the performance overhead and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think it's going to be a while. Okay, and then the third question from Desmond over here. I've been working with a few other creators on HLX workshop to keep the modding scene alive, and I wanted to know what you would want to be included in your ideal Half-Life Alyx mod that hasn't been made before. I want to hear your ideas ranging from the plausible to pipe dream. Maybe whatever we create can end up somewhere in the middle. I'm curious if you've tried my Buckshot Bugs map on the HLX workshop. I have. I'd love to hear what you thought about it. I don't remember much about it. I have played Buckshot Bugs, though. So you're a workshop creator for Half-Life Alyx. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for what you do. My favorite thing that's come out of the workshop ever is From Here to There in Under a Second, which is a it's a whole game, really. It's like an expansion pack that's just absolutely insane. It's long, it's well paced, but my dream mod ever, I have no idea. Like, that's an insane question because it's like, dream mod. From Here to There is better than Levitation, yeah. We got a super chat, but I really want to think about this question for a second before I move on. Well, I haven't done cocaine in a while. To be honest, I would love to see... The dream mod is to take the Half-Life Alyx campaign and insert twice as many weapons, you know? My dream mod would be an expanded arsenal mod, where each of the weapons have things that can use the Combine Fabricator, and you know, like to make it feel like more like a Half-Life game. Give a melee weapon of some sort, a revolver, you know, a more Combine-esque assault rifle SMG thing, a long range weapon, and then a few like weird alien things, you know, because the 3 weapon limit in Half-Life Alyx is the thing I dislike the most about Half-Life Alyx, you know. Does that make sense? Like, Half-Life Alyx is great, but it was designed as like everybody's favorite Oh, wow. Crody, you did great. Okay. Wow. That's fantastic. You did absolutely... Oh, yo, what up, Ghetto Smosh? How you doing? Tyler, have you seen the TF2 VIP VScript game mode being made? Oh, I missed this one. Oh, shoot. I'm so sorry. Oron Oto with the €2.49. How much do you know about Doom, the the Dark Ages, also Doom Eternal mods. So if you're a longtime viewer, you know how if you're a longtime viewer, you know my rule, right? I will talk about anything except something that can get my dad in trouble, Hugo Martin. I try to be as level-headed and unbiased as possible, unless it involves my dad, Hugo Martin. I'm wondering why Ghetto Smosh is here. Are you actually like a fan, or is this just like you clicked on a random stream just to like, watch people freak out? Because I do that sometimes. Anyways, welcome. I haven't watched a Ghetto Smosh video in a very long time. But yeah, I do know quite a bit about id Software stuff. But that's because I have Hugo Martin's phone number in my phone, and we text all the time, and I'm under NDA at id Software. The only thing that I think I'm allowed to say is there's cool stuff being made at id Software, and I'm working on cool stuff with them. That hasn't. I'm not working on games or anything, but I am working on some content with them, some videos. I apologize that you donated money and I can't give you like concrete information, but Doom: The Dark Ages, it looks great, doesn't it? I'm very excited for it. I'm very much looking forward to it. And then Doom Eternal modding tools. That'd be cool. If it were real. I don't know if it's real or not. Ghetto Smosh really did just come in here, say hi, and then dip. Way to go. Way to go, Ghetto Smosh. €2. Have you seen the TF2 VIP V-script being made? No, I have not. Is it based on TF2 Classic V-script? Is that what it is? Is it based on TF2 Classic V-script? Why did I put Doom in the title if I have an id NDA? Clickbait. Am I related to the pro CS2 player Andu? I don't think so. I could be. So the VIP game mode for TF2. Let's see here. Looks independent of TF2C. Yeah, I've not seen it. It sounds interesting. Is it on the workshop? It's a new VIP called the Mobster, and he's massive. Okay, so hold on. Let's look at maps. I know it's an unpopular opinion in the greater community, but I personally love VScript. I love what it can do and what it has done for the community. It gives far more freedom to the community to create new, interesting content. I love it. Absolutely love it. And when I have more money to throw around, I do want to host my own TMV servers that just have nothing but like crazy V-scripting game modes on them. Yeah, so what do I look? It's not on the workshop. It's on Twitter. Oh, can someone DM me the link then? On Discord, please. Is Valve going to do any more VR games? Probably. At some point. Yes, I think there will be one day. Okay, so the next email from Kenneth. Hey, Tyler, what's the likelihood of Valve games coming to consoles? Dota 2 and CS2 seem most likely. Dota 2, absolutely not. CS2, there's a possibility, but I think they'd need to get it working on computer first. And then I think that the most likely game to come to consoles is Deadlock. And even that, like, Valve just doesn't like working within those ecosystems because of how limiting they are. And they've been like that since Left 4 Dead 2 on Xbox 360 and those limitations. So I wouldn't really hold your breath from it. If we're talking about like Valve proper, I'm bleeding. If we're talking about like Valve proper, if we're talking about Valve proper, but NVIDIA Lightspeed Studios actually putting out like Half-Life 2 stuff on consoles is very possible. Releasing the Portal games on something else is very possible. But, you know, will there be complications with the marketplaces? Well, that's the thing. Like, the reason why they don't want to do that is because of the limitations that exist in those walled garden ecosystems, even though modern Xbox is pretty open-ended compared to what it used to be. But yeah, to answer your question, what the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. I got an email from buzzgeneratorhub.com. Thank God I'm not sharing my screen right now, or I would have just gotten banned. So I just got an email, sponsor request. I think it's there's so many scams that come through nowadays, but I just got a sponsorship request. I'm just going to read the email wholesale. Hi there. I'm Samantha, a business development specialist from Tantally Brands. At present time, Tantally Brands is the #1 torso doll brand in the global market. It has gained a large number of fans around the world for its realistic product styling and excellent service since it established 5 years ago. We admire your creativity in engaging videos and hereby invite you to make a YouTube video with our torso dolls and share our products with your fans. Certainly, you can shoot videos in the style of your channel. We would greatly appreciate if you would consider creating a video featuring our dolls. Your unique perspective and ability to connect with your audience make you the perfect candidate for this collaboration. In return, you get the following benefits. 1, video exposure. 2, global endorsement opportunity. If you perform well, you will have the opportunity to become the global spokesperson for our Tantally co-branded dolls. 3, competitive video payments, including your sales commission. 4, partnering with Tantally not only enhances the content richness of your channel, but also offers special benefits to your male fans. We've been cooperating with excellent YouTube influencers of all types, including ASMR blogger Amaranth, yoga blogger Ruby Day, lingerie try-on blogger Bad Angel, and gaming blogger Morg Pie. So you can trust our brand. Partnering with us presents an opportunity to not only expand your content, but also generate additional revenue and exposure for your channel. We believe this is a mutually beneficial arrangement that will result in a win-win outcome. Please feel free to discuss any specific terms or concerns you may have. We look forward to your reply. What the fuck? It's fake, right? Because like the email that they sent it to me with and the email that they put to contact this Samantha are two different things. Seems less seedy sponsorship than Phantom Fury. Well, Phantom Fury paid me. Like, it's real. This isn't a real sponsorship. But it's funny because I can absolutely... So, here's the thing, right? I always think about video ideas. It's like the thing I think about every day. I'm always thinking up video ideas and writing them down. These things are expensive. At minimum, they're like $300. So my idea for the sponsorship would be like putting clothes on it and doing an unboxing and being like, okay, so this is the Miki, the 13.2 pound small sex doll. All right, so this is Miki. It's just the torso, by the way. The legs are cut off at the thighs and there's no head on it, but it's got big ass boobs and a big ass ass. and I would just be like, okay, so the quality of the material is pretty good. It doesn't smell too bad. You know, I think it's pretty anatomically correct. So let's try it out. Yeah, it's pretty good. I give that a 7 out of 10. Whew. All right, like and subscribe. And the whole time in the video, Electra's sitting right there. So I could make a funny video out of it, right? Absolutely, I could make a funny video out of it. Oh my god, this one is... Holy shit, this one is how much? Jesus Christ. Okay, this one is $600. It is a 42-pound ass. It's just the butt. Bent over. 42 pounds of silicone and latex for $600. What the fuck? So these people want to sponsor me? May I ask why? What about my content makes them think that I am their market? What is their most expensive one? Price high to low. Holy shit. Oh my god. 100 pounds. It's $1,000. Why? Okay. What a fucking wild email to get. It's this. I'm pretty sure it's a scam. I just got married. I have no need for that. Stand up. Okay. No. I was gonna try and give myself like way too big of a cock. Just be like, yeah. $20! MIDI. $20. Thank you so much for the $20. How do you think the lack of strong content mounting platform... How do you think the lack of a strong content mounting platform and SDK played to death in the VR space? PC was an expensive platform at the time. Would Valve 90s, 2000s approach have changed the game much? No. The death nail for VR in its current state was the splintering of the marketplace, was the splintering of the industry. And everybody fucking knew it. As soon as Michael Abresh sold out Valve's technology to Facebook, and then they split off, and it was over at that point, right? And so Valve has always been trying to prove that, like, oh, well, the enthusiast level, you know, tethered VR experience is way better in every way to the standalone experience. So We need to prove that when you give the market the software in order to showcase what it's capable of, it'll take over. It'll take the wind out of the sails for standalone. That didn't happen for multiple reasons. One of which being it's still incredibly expensive, and the game that you released is impossible for any other company to be able to create because there is no ROI on it, and no company wants to just in the midst of an impending recession play the long game by trying to sell hardware on software with a piece of software that's not going to actually return. No. So why is it not working? Because the market is too splintered. Why is the market too splintered? Because everybody wants to set their own standard. This is like late 70s with recorded media. We have the Laserdisc, the Betamax, and the VHS all competing at the same time right now. The problem is not one of them is pulling ahead, really, in a way that like fully demolishes the others and sets the true standard. Sure, Meta is doing the best, but it's the best of a dying lot. You know what I mean? And also, again, and a few people have already said this in chat, people just can't afford like extravagant entertainment right now. They just can't. So it's like expecting people in the midst of a recession with these insane rent prices and, you know, like $20 to go to McDonald's, $200 for what used to be $75 at the grocery store. No one's going to then go, okay, I'm going to spend $500 on a VR headset where the content is just as expensive as a console, and the content is, you're not getting your money, the same amount of quality and value from that money for the software that you would have if you were to spend $60 on a PlayStation game or a PC game, right? Aside from Half-Life Alyx, which is a PC game and has extra hoops to jump through if you buy the most popular headset to try and play it on, you can go to GameStop or Amazon or Walmart and buy fucking Ratchet and Clank or that good game that I really like, Ghost of Tsushima or Elden Ring. There's none of that. There's nothing like that on VR right now. And VR has been around for so long, like a decade now, it's not there. It's going to continue to exist in the background in the enthusiast marketplace for years. You're looking at another 10 to 15 years before... You're looking at another 10 to 15 years before you get to the point where it's like a mainstream thing. It's like internet adoption, you know? We're still waiting for the iPhone. And right now we're, you know, in the mid-90s, technologically speaking. Check your DMs. Okay, so this is the VIP thing, VScript VIP thing. Wow. 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 I love it. The guy that sent this to me, can I show the third image you sent me? Is that allowed to be shown? Yeah, VScript allows you to go a lot further in development than... It's just cool. I don't know. Really cool stuff, man. This shit is cool. I look forward to playing that. I can show it. So they actually have the guy modeled. That's so fucking cool. But like, what role is he playing in this? Like, what is this supposed to be? Like an extra class? Yeah, I love seeing new characters in the style. That's so cool. That is so neat. I love that. He's the Kingpin. Yeah, I get that. But like, is he a new class that's in the VIP game mode? Like he's super heavy? Oh, this dude's making a lot of VScript stuff. Oh, this guy made Krampus. That was my favorite map last year. Or one of them. Oh, is this the guy that did Versus... Oh, wow. Okay, so this guy kicks ass. So this is in base TF2 using VScript. It's a re-implementation of Open Fortress, but in VScript. That's so cool.
Super weapons coming at ya! The qualifier has been taken.
I mean, I've played the hell out of Open Fortress as it is, but that's sick. Oh, okay, so that guy is the VIP. How do you take that guy down? Anyways. Can you explain VScript? No. Am I missing any of these questions? Yes, I am. Okay, $5 super chat from Condor Man. Love the name. If you could have a life-size TF2 prop, which would it be? Scattergun. Would Valve ever strike a store selling TF2 props? Here's the thing, right? People on Etsy have been making Valve props for a long time, right? Oof. And I have a few. Like, I have this Combine battery somebody made me. I have my civil protection helmet that Electra got me for Christmas. And these are things that you can just buy on Etsy. I've got this Asimov butterfly knife. I've got this Combine ration. You know? So, like, That stuff exists. And as far as I know, Valve hasn't, like, really had an issue with it. If I was able to, like, have, like, if there, like, is there, like, a dream item that I would love to own? That would probably be the scattergun. I'd love to have a scattergun. A jazzy scattergun. And then, of course, like, I'd love to own the portal gun and the gravity gun, but those were actually made. And I got to see them at Valve, and those were sick. So. You have the Combine ration? Yeah, it's water flavored. But yeah, thank you for the super chats. If you have a question that you want answered like that, that's what super chats are for. Question about the anticipated sequel to Game of the Year Hunt Down the Freeman HLX. I can hook you up with a scattergun. How do I contact you? DMs are always open on Discord and Twitter. Prop Fortress on Etsy. Holy shit. What the fuck is this? First time I'm seeing this. I own a Corvo mask replica. Look at this stuff. Holy shit. Oh my god, is that the aggro crag? Wow. Look at that. And it lights up? Fuck yeah, dude. Shoutouts Aggro Crag. Shoutouts Nickelodeon Guts. Oh my god, do you know what I would want? Oh my god, the silver monkey statue from Legends of the Hidden Temple. That's what I want. The Shrine of the Silver Monkey. So, like, what do these actually look and feel? Are these 3D printed? Scout Scattergun. That looks insane. Does it have the... Oh my god, it has the racking action! I would want the orange to be... I understand why the orange is there. Hey, it's Skyman Slash! That's so cool. That is so fucking cool. I had no idea that this existed. Prop Fortress. Who is behind this? Oh! 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 Right. That guy. The same guy. But like, wow, this shit is insane. You see, the thing is, like, now that I know that all this shit exists, which one is my dream? My dream is to have all of them. I want all of them. Oh my god, you made the ammo... They open? The ammo boxes open? Holy shit. I can't believe you made this. Is it tiny? It's tiny. I would love to have the full-size one just in here for no fucking reason. Wow. Nah, that shit's sick. This is sick. Do those buttons work? Do those buttons work? Oh my god, the buttons work! Oh my god! That's me holding the rocket launcher. Extend it. Oh my god! If only the screen's lit up. This is so cool. You should be proud, man. This is insane. Nice. If I'm sent any of this stuff, if I'm sent like a good number of items, I'm making an entire video about it. Fuck, this shit's sick. This is so fucking cool. My brothers would be so jealous. I mean, would they? We're all adults now. I don't know. Oh my god. I want to see it be load. Like, it has the... Can it be loaded? Fully articulated unlatching barrel, reloadable team-colored pills. Holy shit. This is so fucking cool. Does that butterfly knife actually work? Like, can I flip it around? Okay, so it is 3D printed. You even made the blue one from Meet the Spy. Dude, like, holy shit. We are so off topic right now. Yeah, but like, yeah, people keep saying, imagine if it made Nerf guns. Like, if they were Nerf guns. The Jag, the soda popper. Everything is articulated the way you would expect. Oh my god. Wait, they launch out like that? Like, you have it designed in a way that they launch out? How the hell does that work? Dude. These as Nerf guns would be crazy. I wish I was a bigger fan of Fortnite because I am jealous of the kids nowadays. You know, like, I've bought my nephew Fortnite guns as Nerf guns, and I'm not a fan of Fortnite like that. But I can imagine if I was a kid. Oh my god. I would be... That one's alright. Nah, it's not my favorite. Some of these look way better than others. I love you, man. Like, no disrespect. Some of these do look better than others. Does this thing flip? Does this thing do the flip? Oh my god, it does it! How do... They made, like, drinkable cups out of these at one point, right? And then you made crate keys. They're just little keys. Those are kind of small. I always thought they... Oh. Right. Yes, that's what I thought they were. These are so cool. These are so fucking cool. I want to make a video about these. But, like, I would need to get so many of these things. I'm saving, man. I am in saving mode right now. Wow, these are so cool. Even these look sick. These look sick! Oh my god. Are you like... Man, you'd have the aggro crag, though. I cannot believe you made the aggro crag. Oh, wow, this shit is so cool. I'm sorry, I'm geeking out. This is so fucking cool. Is this your hand? Am I a collector? No, I'm pretty minimalist. Are you like, are you done making the designs, or are you always like looking to make more designs? Do they shoot out? Do they shoot out? Do they shoot out? Do they shoot out? Did you make it so that the shells shoot out when you rack it? Do they shoot out? No, they don't. I don't know about that one. How big is it? How is it? Is it like it's as big as you'd expect it to be? Yeah. Do you know what I wish, and this would be insane if it was possible, but now that I'm thinking about it, wouldn't it be so fucking cool if I had a dispenser back there? Just like a full-size dispenser and it lights up. Man, that's so fucking cool. That's so cool. This shit is so cool. Tyler, answer the question. What's the question? Prop Fortress from California. Prop Fortress. Wow. All right, so I'm going to look up Team Fortress 2 dispenser. Motorized Sentry 3D. Okay. I know this isn't yours, and I know this is just the 3D printing files. I want that. I want that. I want engineer buildings. I want engineer buildings. I want engineer buildings. So fucking cool. That is you. Every so often I'm reminded of the Etsy stuff. Look at this. This guy's selling it for a lot of money, but that is a very good looking Frontier Justice Australian. Yeah, man. Hit me up. Let's collab. Holy shit. I'm now seeing the sticky jumper you have here. Look at that. Look at that. I don't think Valve would take this down. I think Valve would just be very, very impressed with this. A dispenser would be a one-of-a-kind build. Yeah, and I'd have to pay him. I would not feel comfortable, like... And I just don't have the money for it right now. Oh, I just got married. Are you kidding? I just went on my first vacation in years. Wow. But yeah, to answer the proper question, now that I've had time to think about it, dream Valve prop. Engineer dispenser level 3 sitting back there, and I use it for storage. Like, I put controllers in it. Wow, you like made my day. That shit was so cool. Right. Okay. And then Reno fucking ruined it. Reno sent me this on Etsy. Reno, of course, had the Fem Pyro statue up and ready to go. Okay. All right. How long have I been streaming? Over 2 hours? All right, we got to wrap it up. Oh, that was fun. If you have a question that you'd like to have answered before the end of the stream, Super Chat's the way to go about doing it. I don't know. I think a level 3 dispenser replica would be like $2,000, especially if it lit up. All right, next email. We still have like 100 emails to get through. We're not getting through all of them. So again, give me a little money and I'll answer your question ASMB. Hey, Tyler, first off, congrats on your... My voice hurts. Head rush. You barely answered mails. Lick my booty. We got 110 try. I forget how much that is. Any thoughts on Valve releasing console titles again? It's not going to happen. Apologies. Love you for being here. Thank you so much for the $5 in Turkish lira. But Valve themselves, no. Mobile, yes. I can absolutely see Deadlock and CS2 being released on mobile devices, iOS, Android, absolutely. Not at all with fucking PS5, Xbox Series X. Not at all. Switch getting Deadlock. Switch 2 getting Deadlock, not completely out of the question. And then older Valve titles like Half-Life and Portal being released on consoles, absolutely. But that's just because another company's going to be handling it. Thank you so much for the 110 try, Yusuf. Thank you so much. Hey, Tyler, first off, congrats on your marriage. This is an email from Alice. Thank you, Alice, for being here. Thank you so much for congratulating me on my marriage. I am married. I'm really happy for you and your wife, dude. I'm happy for me, too. My main question is about HLX. From what I've heard, it's going to be return to form, Half-Life, Run, Think, Shoot, Live. Good old FPS vehicles returning from 2. Now I wonder, is anything fully new here, like a brand new gimmick like the gravity gun? Yes. Voxel-based destruction, utilizing the new Source 2 physics engine, procedural generation in small doses to fill out side content and post-game content, and some questing. Thank you for the question. Yo, Tyler, hope you're doing well. Is there anything new about HLX? This is from Jacob. When do you expect it to release? I expect HLX to release 2026. If it sticks in development, 2026. Or whatever the next single-player thing is. It could end up being Portal, 2026. Yeah. When's the Wii Fit stream? Also, thoughts on Linux Penguin Tux. I love Tux. Wii Fit stream will be sometime in August. For those that are unaware, I found a brand new in-box Wii and like OG Wii, like 2008 era Wii and Wii Fit. Brand new in-box at a Goodwill for $65. Not $65 each. I spent $65 and I got both of those things brand new in box. And Electra and I are going to do a stream together where we unbox it and play it together. That should be sometime next month. So, look forward to that. Hello, Mr. This is from some... I don't know how to pronounce your name, and I apologize. Hello, Mr. McVicker. I have 4 related questions. Do you know what happened to the puzzle from Lunch House Studios' Punt, which was made on Source? Do I know about it? Yes. I've had conversations with specifically Graham in the past about it. I know that they're trying to get it out, but I also know that Valve is ghosting them for a few reasons. And if they get ghosted long enough, then the team is probably not going to be able to release anything on Steam, and that's going to suck because Punt is pretty much done. What do you think about the availability of Source Engine at the moment for developers? It's non-existent, and you can thank the consistent and very deep amount of leaks that have taken place for those that have access to Source Engine, for why Valve has very little interest in it. And also, it's just such old tech that they really don't want to do much about it. As far as I know, you have been working on f-stop shutter speed recreation. I haven't been working on that. What do you think about the whole f-stop situation? I don't know what you mean exactly. Like the situation is, it's just people are working on f-stop stuff in the same way people are working on Half-Life 2 beta restoration stuff. Was shutter speed the one that I was working on with Lever? Was that my game? Yeah, I don't know. Stop the F looks good, though. I'm probably going to make a video about Stop the F. Yeah, thank you for the questions. Hi, I'm a fan. Any news about HLX or a continuation of Portal or any Valve story-focused game? Well, I hope I was able to answer that. It's from Indiana. If you could have a Valve adapt an IP from any form of entertainment that they do not own as a video game, what would you choose? Of course, Valve would probably never do that, but this is a hypothetical. I'm aware of the Super 8 teaser game. Yeah, okay, so if Valve could work in any franchise, any licensed IP, any intellectual property, what would it be and why? I want to say Fallout. I'd like to see Valve make a Fallout thing. Just have the Fallout IP and do something with it. I'd like to see Fallout. That's my answer to your question, and I appreciate the question. Fallout. Thank you. Hi, Tyler. Ethan here. Some questions. What do you think about the current sentiment at Valve with SteamOS? Do you think they're not releasing it to the public because they don't want to, or they're polishing it up to make the best Windows competitor possible? I don't think it's either. I think it's the amount of time that it would take to polish it up to a point where it is a publicly facing piece of software all on its own for any combination of hardware is just such an undertaking that takes away time from the development of specific Steam Deck stuff that is just not in the cards. I don't think they want to market it as the best Windows competitor possible, even though they could do that. And I also don't think it's just because they don't want to. I think if they would love to, if they had the time and energy to do so, but I just feel like it's not something that's really in the cards for them because of the amount of time that it would take. All right, I'm losing my voice, so we're going to have to wrap it up. Do you believe the new Steam Machine Steam Box is still in the cards? I do. How do you think it'll balance marketing it as a TV console versus pushing it as an all-around desktop PC or even VR, as some speculate the Deckard may connect to a Steam machine? I think they may have some difficulty advertising as it could function as a TV console or a desktop PC or a VR box. The advertising might get murky. I have no idea how they would advertise something like that. In the middle of this stream, I broke my foot falling off a chair. Everybody pray for Mallow's foot. They would market it as the easiest PC that exists. They wouldn't here's the thing, right? They wouldn't market it as a desktop PC. They would market it as a TV box that can act as a desktop PC or a VR tether box. It would be a console first and foremost in its marketing. Finally, how many people do you think are working on Deadlock versus, say, HLX? I have no idea. No idea. None. Considering the ending of Half-Life Alyx, now we are waiting for a new game. Is it really possible that in all 4 years there hasn't been a single leak about this? There have been leaks about it. It's HLX. We know a lot about its technical stuff. We just don't know very much, if anything, really about its thematic stuff. What are the chances that Yoshi, Valve Dev, in the official Discord is actually Ice Frog under a different name? It's pretty high. That's where my mind went. Do you have access to the Deadlock credits? No. I would like to know if there is any consultancy firms involved that focus on diversity, equality, and inclusion, specifically Sweet Baby Inc. Oh, God. All right, so I'm not going to add much to this conversation about SPI. I think it's definitely something that's overblown and used as a YouTuber content outrage farm source. There's definitely some truth to it, but I also think it's so overblown specifically to be able to act as a never-ending pool of content for a handful of creators to make as much money as possible off of the backs of legitimate content, on the backs of legitimate developers that may or may not have actually done anything related to the things that are being accused against them. Currently, Deadlock does not have any credits in the files as far as I understand it. And even if it did, it would just be Valve's employees written in alphabetical order. Find something else to focus on. $2 Australian. Thoughts on zero modding tools in future Valve games? There's always going to be a little bit of modding in all of Valve's games. Deadlock will have modding tools at some point, I'm sure of it. That's not been confirmed, but you can guess that it's going to be there because Valve is probably going to want people to make content for Deadlock that they can use in future content updates down the road. When can we expect Deadlock's announcement? I would assume before the end of the year it's going to be like announced and then made more public, and we can make videos about it. Will HLX take less time to develop compared to Alex development? Nope. We're already getting there. Half-Life Alex started development in 2015. It was in dev for 5 years. We're already at 4. So, no. Yeah. Have I tried Sandbox? I was there day one. What are your thoughts on the Raising the Bar Triumph updates? Looks fucking sick. Portal beta shit? Shout out to my boy Reno. Alright. I'm going to call it. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. But I got other shit to do. So thank you so much for being here. I'm going to leave. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being my buddy. Thank you so much for asking me questions and hanging out with me on this Wednesday. Love you guys. Peace and hair grease. I'll talk to y'all later. I'll see you next time. Adios. What are the last question? Odds on CS2 update by end of day? 0. Bye. Wrong button. Bye.
Everybody knows it. Oh yeah, yeah, I hope that I don't blow it. You sure might. Yeah, here comes my chance now. Don't blow it. Yeah, one day I'll find out. Don't blow it. Finally gotta fuck all of Nintendo. I finally gotta fuck literally everyone at Nintendo. I finally laid down with everyone at Nintendo. I finally got pregnant from everyone at Nintendo. Does this mean I can finally see Mother 3? Is it worth giving birth 20 times to see Mother 3? Yeah, yeah, everybody has seen it. Yeah, yeah, I can't believe they were all into it. Yeah, yeah, I gotta play the next Zelda. It was good. Yeah, yeah, Nintendo has a lot of attractive people. I finally gave birth to everyone in Nintendo. Yeah, yeah, everybody has seen it. Yeah, yeah, I can't believe they were all into it. Yeah, yeah, I gotta play the next Zelda. It was good. Yeah, yeah, Nintendo has a lot of attractive people.
I finally gave birth to everyone in Nintendo. I finally named every single baby at Nintendo.
I hope one day all these babies will just go, because I finally fucked everyone at Nintendo. I came, I saw, I conquered. I came again, I saw again. I fucked everyone at Nintendo. I came, I saw, I conquered. I came, I came, I came, I came. Move!
What I said.
I went to the hot dog factory. I knew that I would finally see. I went to the hot dog factory. Oh, inside were sights I wish I could unsee.
Walking through the hot dog making room, looking at the dogs, the machines, and the room.
Wanting to learn how hot dogs are made.
Now I wish at home I would have stayed.
Hot dogs are made out of buttholes. Hot dogs are actually made out of buttholes. This is a joke, hot dogs are made partially with buttholes. I've known this for years, but I'll still eat that butthole. I really like the hot dog factory. All the buttholes that I gotta see. You thought I was talking about animal pee. No, 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 no. These hot dogs are made by rubbing really nice buttholes. No, 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 no. Shout out to the Oscar Mayer